Welcome back to Shay's Cozy Place. I'm Shay and today we are going to be making a ottoman poof thing. I'm gonna take you into this process with me and just let you know how it went. If you are wanting to make this along with me, the pattern I used is from DIY from Home Crochet, I believe, right here. I'll put a link in the description. The yarn I'm using is Lion brand in kale, and then I had to so far use 4 balls of that. And then for the polyfill, this might sound weird, but I found some throw pillows from Goodwill. Honestly, they were really old and not great, so I just cut them up and I used that just because it is so expensive. I know I seen another video, she bought a huge big thing of polyfill and I looked and it's like $20 to $50 depending on how much you need for your. Mine cost me like $5 if you want to include that I bought the pillows at some point, then it costs more, but you get the gist. So yeah, let's get in, let's backtrack and try and fix this because I want it to be nice. I want to use it and I don't want to be sad in the end. So let's do this. So let's start this video out. I'm gonna depuff it and I'm going to go back and try and go all the way back to that last ring, to the ring that I showed you, to have the thickness I want, and then start doing the chains. So we're going to try and do it that way and see how it goes. If it doesn't, I'll have to come up with another way to figure out how I'm gonna fix what I did wrong. So let's try this. All right, so I now have how much I want how big I want the base to be. So I think I definitely made several mistakes. I think that I might have accidentally like done duplicates of when she says to increase. I'm wondering if I just messed up there because I did not have as many. I had way too many chains. She does tell you what you should be at. I was just too lazy to count them. I have an idea of where I left off. Like now I'm to the point where I need to start doing the 20 I think she says like 21 singles and you increase, so you're not adding to the chain, like it's not growing, it's just going up high. So anyways, now we're going to start doing our single stitch in every single row for 21 times. I don't know how you say that, but that's what I'm about to do. So let's get cozy on that couch. Alright, so now I am on, I don't know if you can, so now I just started my 11th row, and I believe it was 21. I might have to double check. And I think is already working. a lot better. It's like, I'm trying to show you, but it's already curving in. And when I did that before, it was not curving in at all. It was just flat until I started decreasing. Did it curl up? So I think this is working. I think that I fixed whatever I was doing. I actually would probably recommend this to beginners because it's single stitch, which is very easy, and it goes so quick. I think because it is an easy stitch and the yarn is bulky, so it goes so fast. Like, that's my little update. I'll kind of show you on the ground and then we'll get back to it. All right, so I have been crocheting for a long time now, quite a few, like probably 4 hours now, and I have some disappointing news. I'm slightly confused, so please comment down below if you have the answer for this. So I get to a point where I have 96 slip stitches, or like 96 of these like individual things, stitches or whatever. So I had 96, and she says to do 22 single stitches all the way around for 22 times, you know, and that it should stay 96 individual bump things throughout. Mine, because it's a circle, it's just like spreading out. So even though it's slip stitch, it's still growing. So now I have way too many, and now it makes more sense on why mine was going out and like was like this instead of like hers where it goes. Does that make sense? Like mine looked like a pancake, hers looked like a cup. I don't know how to describe that. I must be tired, but I'm flustered. I can't figure out, like, it's probably clear as day, but I'm like, I'm lost. I'm doing something wrong here. No idea. I have no idea. So I'm gonna take this out and come up with something. I tried reading the comments. Maybe if I buy the pattern, I would understand better, but I don't know. I don't think that would help me since I don't know how to read that either. I'm so tired. Alright, so a little bit of an update. It is not working, and I don't know even what to Google to find out why my circle is increasing when I believe I'm doing a single crochet all the way around. I don't really know how to Google my question. Instead of using Google, I'm just gonna figure this out my own way. Hopefully this works. So this is my circle that I have right now, and you're gonna see I have stitch markers every 20 marks. Now my circle, she says to stop at 96 and it should continue at 96. However, I have, this circle is like 100, it's 118. I feel like if I went any smaller, I won't be able to sit on it. I feel like this is pretty small already. So I'm gonna go with 118, and as I go around, I'm gonna use these markers at every 20 mark. If I have to do decreases or increases, I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna keep counting and kind of see what happens every round, because I have no other way to figure out, because I don't want it to be long. I want it to be tall like this. So, you know, if it increases and then you decrease, then I could have left it the way it was going. but I would have like another one that was like that. And that's just not what I want personally. So we're gonna try this. I don't know if this is the correct way or what's the correct way to do this, but it's the only like thing I can think of is to kind of just count, and I might have like to do a decrease every round or something like that. I'm not sure yet. All right, guys, I have almost finished it, so let's talk about it. Here's the poof. It doesn't look like a, you know those like heirloom tomatoes? Does not look like that anymore. It's actually like nice and round. As you can see, there's still quite a bit up here. I haven't decided that like I might do like more like straight stitching, so it's a little bit taller still. I haven't quite decided on that. However, it worked. It worked. So I'm gonna give you like a little bit of detail. I'm a beginner, so please bear with me on this. So first off, see how big of a seating area it has. I can sit crisscross and whatnot. I think that if I would have done the 96 like the pattern had recommended, it would have worked if you want to sit or put your feet on. But I'm thinking like I can sit crisscross applesauce like and be comfy, have a blanket on top. So I made it wider. Just know that, for my personal preference. That's the only reason. So I did that, and then I just kept counting to make sure all the stitches, oh, that looks wonky now over there. Oops. Hopefully it's not. So I counted everything just to make sure. There was a few times I had to do back stitches on here. And then as I got further, I talked about how I wanted to get it to kind of be more like this and not wide. I felt like if I would have kept counting and kept going as wide, it would just spread out. Like I was just nervous I was going to do that. Now thinking back, like maybe just listen to her pattern 100%, because mine definitely starts to taper quite a bit. So I was just nervous. I had redone this so many times that I was like, I have a bad feeling it's just going to keep getting wide like the other times I did this. So I did do decreases. And also when you do so many decreases, you can see I kind of spreaded them out so it wasn't all see-through in the same spot, which I am glad about. Like, then there's a see-through spot over here. Then there's, I apparently did quite a few over here. Do you see what I'm saying? So I didn't do the exact count because I was nervous about that. Let's see if you can see this. Because I did decreases, it goes like this now. So that's why I'm saying just listen to her pattern. I was just nervous, and if I would have just listened to her pattern, I think it would have had like a nice swoop versus it cuts in like this, like a vase kind of. I'm okay with it. I'm just happy that it's like not looking like that last time I did it and the times before that. So as for why it was spreading out the just recently, the last time before redoing it, I haven't figured out an answer for that. As I was doing it, I was thinking maybe my slips stitch, or maybe my stitching wasn't correct or something. So this last time I just kept counting to make sure it was always the same, and if I noticed that it wasn't, I did decreases. I don't know if that's the right way to do that, but I was like, I'm not redoing this. Like, that's the only way I can think of to fix my problem. So I did that, and it wasn't consistent. So I don't even know, but we got here. Now that I'm to this point, like you said, I think I'm gonna do a few more like stitches or something to kind of get it up a little bit higher still off the ground, and then I'm just going to watch her video to see how to finish it off. But other than that, like, her video is really good on how to do the magic loop, and I love that she walks through every single row and does it with you. Excellent. I just had personally such a hard time trying to figure out my own, that like one question I had, and I don't know, I figured it out. Like, it doesn't look as beautiful as hers, but I'm still very happy because this is my very first crochet project, so I think that's pretty good, so we'll take it.